Welcome to Thursday, the 30th of May, 2024. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help entrepreneurially minded people who feel stuck in a 9-to-5 job, or maybe it's a business that they own that feels like a job. I help those people take their knowledge and experience on a subject that they're really passionate about. It could be a hobby, a skill set, whatever it is. Take that knowledge and experience, share it with other people, help those people move forward in their lives and get paid doing it. One of the big clouds, I think, around online marketing, certainly was for me for many years, was funnels. What are online marketing funnels? I could go into a lot of the tactics and the technical bits of it because I love building funnels, but I'm not going to do that because I think it's there that people get confused. Certainly I did for the first 2 years of building my online business when everybody was getting into the technical, tactical, all of those issues. And I just kind of got lost in all of that. And the big wake up call for me with funnels was 2 years ago. And I was working with a mentor of mine, and he said to me words that I will never forget, etched in my mind about online businesses. They're just etched in them because it was so big of a wake up call for me. He said these words that I'll never forget. If 70% of your income, your revenue, is not coming from funnels, then you're working too hard, Jimmy. Let me say that again. If 70% of your income is not coming from funnels, then you're working too hard. I will never forget that. And it made me really try and understand funnels, start implementing them in my business. Today, I've only got 2, but there's been a lot of testing that I've had to do to get there. But today, I want to explain to you in very simple terms what funnels are, because I talk about this curse of knowledge. And I think that's a part of the problem a lot of people have when it comes to funnels. They talk about the technical bits. They talk about the landing pages. They talk about the emails. They talk about the sales pages. They talk about the tripwires. They talk about the lead magnets. But they don't actually really simplify it so that a 7-year-old can understand what a funnel is. So let me try and help you with that today, as if you were a 7-year-old, because I know that's what I needed when I was starting. Funnels are very simply storyboarding. They're about telling a story that helps your prospect on a journey to get to know and understand you. They're storyboarding about helping people on a journey to get to understand who you are so that they know, like, and trust you, that when maybe you put an offer in front of them, it doesn't come up as a big surprise to you. And I think the big aha came for me. I was coming out of a mastermind 2 years ago. I'd spent 2 days in Southern California at a mastermind group. I was back up in Los Angeles, and it was a place that I love, surprisingly, because I lived there for 2 years. And I was driving, if you've ever been in LA, I was driving down Sunset Boulevard. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is West Hollywood. This is the place of storytelling. And that's when it dawned on me that funnels are no more than an email sequence that tells a story. We can all tell our story, and we do it a lot. And I know, and I see it out on social media, and it's fantastic. But the problem, I think, when you put it out there on social media, you don't get the full arc of the story. You don't get the full arc sequentially told. You get these bits and pieces. You know, I started like this, now I'm like this, but you don't get the bit in the middle. We don't have the space to do it unless you just do a series of posts every single day that tells your story. But then the problem is you don't necessarily get guaranteed that that story sequentially is actually going to get to your audience because of the way the algorithms work. That's why having an email sequence that's set up to tell a story that helps your customer or prospect on a journey so that they know, like, and trust you. That's what a funnel is. And for me, storytelling has become such a big part of what I do in my online business. I just feel like I'm that Pixar character in that storytelling world where I tell a story like Toy Story. You remember Toy Story back in the 90s? I think it was one of the first big movie productions that Steve Jobs had after spending 10 years developing Pixar in the time that he was out of Apple. And it's just that brilliant story full of emotion, because that's what people want in the story. They want that emotional connection. They want to feel something. And that's the magic of telling that story in an arc and doing it sequentially through an email sequence. And that's what a funnel is. And at some point in that funnel, in that sequence of emails, you will introduce to them an offer or a series of offers that people might be interested in, depending on whether or not they're ready. But so many people are just forcing stuff at them, at other people, without actually telling the story, adding the value, building the trust, and building that psychological connection of that emotion and making people feel like they're part of you. And we need to do more of that. So in telling a story, in building out a funnel, think about that sequence of storyboarding so that you get that full arc of who you are from where you started, the struggles that you had, figuring it all out, and then being able to provide a solution that will help other people. So whether it's in my case, the story of, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, really not having a clue about LinkedIn, or 5 years ago, not having a clue about building an online business because I was still stuck in a 9-to-5 job, to going through that journey to finding a solution of how to succeed on LinkedIn and build an audience, how to succeed online and building an online business that now helps other people. Whatever your journey is, tell that story and try and do it in a sequence of emails through an email funnel. That's what funnels are. The key then is, once you've told the story and you've introduced people to their offers, and whether or not they're ready, that's dependent on them to look at investing in your programs. The absolute key is then to automate the process so that you're telling the story 24/7. You're telling the story 24/7, and your prospects are going through the journey of understanding you 24/7 as well. When you automate it, that's the magic. And that's what my mentor was alluding to. 70% of your income, Jimmy, if 70% of your income is not coming from funnels, you're working way too hard. And I'll never forget those words. That's when I got to work about funnels. And that's what funnels are about. So for you, I'd love to see you starting to get in to understand them and start to treat them as something that are really just storyboarding, and you'll begin to enjoy them. Not something that you should stand away from. All these people out there is saying, don't build funnels. Well, those people are probably doing the grind and they're doing the hustle. And when 70% now of my income is coming in from automated funnels, 2 of them only, that's all I've got, 24/7, then it allows you to do the things that you love, whether it's kite surfing, writing my book, spending time with friends, and not going through the hustle. Then that's where the magic of the funnels are. If you're building a business on LinkedIn, then it's a great platform. I love it. A lot of people struggle with it because they don't know what the first step is, which is to optimize your profile. You need to optimize your profile on LinkedIn. That's why I created a free resource. If you would like that free resource, 1 page, 11 items, know which those 11 items are to make sure that your profile on LinkedIn is optimized. I'll put a link below here. Just click the link, download the sheet, and it'll help you optimize if you haven't done that already. If you have already optimized your profile, then it'll help you check off and make sure you covered all those points. Wherever you are in the world today, have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.